In today's video, I want to talk about the many different types of currencies in Chaos Zero Nightmare. It is definitely something that can be confusing, so I'm hoping we can nail this down and get it settled up so that way we know what we're dealing with. The first thing is going to be crystals. This has many different purposes. One, this can refresh our stamina, our energy, our ether, whatever you want to call it in this game. Two, whenever we have the corrupted save data, we got to go to the trauma center, the Epi 1 or Epione center. We can use crystals instead if we don't have those communication passes. We can also use crystals to turn around and give us more anchors so that way we can pull. The first type of anchor is going to be the signal amplification anchor. This is going to be for the character and partner banners that are time sensitive. So we can see those are typically going to be these two banners right here. The next type of currency that the crystals will give us can be the rescue anchors. Both of these anchors can be obtained from quest, events, any little knickknacks they want to give us to do, and we just go do it. That's how we can get those anchors. Now, if you take a look here, if you don't have any anchors, you can spend 1600 crystals to get that anchor and do a gacha pull. The next one that I want to go over is going to be the Prism lenses. You can get this from the Zeronium shop, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But these Prism lenses basically give you the live 2D hard restorations for your unique cards for any character that you have. When you pull on this banner and you get a 4 or a 5 star of that hard restoration, then you can turn around and go over to this exchange shop and do one of two things with the films that they give you. You can either A, use those films to get more lenses, or B, you can save those films up and get a specific targeted one. So let's say, for instance, I'm pulling on Orlea and then I get 600 of these. I could turn around and say, hey, I still am chasing after Orlea, but let me spend this one on Rin, and then you can go from there. The same can be said for the 4-star one. However, it is going to be a little bit cheaper at 200 compared to 600. Here in the Zeronium shop, we are going to be using Zeronium. This is from the Basin of Hyperspace that is unlocked at level 30 and typically will require you to have 2 different teams to go through and knock it out. In the Zeronium shop, we can get the 4-star partners and we can get some growth materials here. However, the 2 big things that I would say, aside of the Prism lenses, to have more Gamba would be the Undetermined Ego Crystal and the Multi-Dimensional Alignment Material. Now, this is just purely conjecture. I have no idea what these are actually used for. If I were to take a guess, this would be for something when we craft different gears later in the future. We could turn around and say, hey, I want to put crit chance on this gear, and maybe it smacks it on there. That's just a guess. I have no idea. For this one, the Undetermined Ego Crystal, just another guess. I would think that maybe when our combatant's potential level is like level 9, we may need one of these to bump it up to level 10. Again, just a guess. From there, we can look into the Memory Archive. Here, we get the Moments of the Radiant Heroes, and we can spend them. We get these from getting duplicates of the 4-star characters and partners and the 5-star characters and partners. Now, you can use these to either get more anchors to do more gacha pulls, or you can use these to get a dupe of the character that you may be wanting to go after. So for me, it would be Orlea. However, I would use these, I would save them up first, and then just go and buy a 5-star partner rather than continually pulling on the partner banner, because now I can just turn around. Once I save up 300, I can get Noelle and be juicing up for my Orlea. Here on the Traveler part, we can see the Moment of the Radiant Travelers. This is going to be from the 3-star partners. We can get some anchors here as well as growth materials. Now, I would highly recommend grabbing some of these growth materials, because at the very least, if you grab 50 of, let's just say, you're going to build a lot of red characters. If you grab these 50, that's a lot of stamina that you are potentially saving. You can also take this material and break it down and dismantle it, or you can merge it forward, so you're definitely saving stamina if you buy it here. The next place that I do want to go to is going to be in the Arc City. We're going to have 2 different things. The first one is going to be the Communication Pass. This is used to take our characters on dates and get their affinity up. The same communication pass will also be used here if we want to counsel the character that save data back. You could use crystals, but I am not going to do that. I would much rather just wait. The last place that I want to go to is going to be Nonoshop. Here, when we do those policies, we will get policy points. We can spend these points to get the research notes, we can get more policies, or we can get some affinity or growth items. You can also get that multi-dimensional material if you so choose to. However, the research notes are going to be very good because we can use that at the research facility, and as time goes on, we can get a lot of juicy things, especially like this one right here, where we increase the amount of ether that can be stored. And last but not least, the final thing, this is going to be a tier of God. This gives you 60 more energy, stamina, ether, whatever you want to call it. The thing on the left here is when you're going to the coffee shop, you can either get 80 stamina up front, or you can get a coffee cup, which gives you 60 stamina at your choice of time. And then you can say, hey, maybe I can't play right now, let me get the coffee cup, I'll play tomorrow, call it a day. That's what you can do there. And that, in a nutshell, is all of the currencies, at least that I found, that were kind of confusing to me, so that way I can nail the game down and just really understand what all these currencies are and what they do and where I can get them from. If you enjoy Chaos Zero Nightmare content or Uma Musume content, please be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would greatly appreciate it, and it would help me out tremendously. Also, let me know down in the comment sections below, are there any guesses that you may have for those two different items, what they may be used for? Was this video helpful for you? If it was, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. And while you're in the comment sections down below, if you are on mobile, please be sure to hit that hype button so that way more people can see this video and we can all know what these currencies are and what they do. Here is a massive shout out to my current channel members. Thank you so much for the continued support. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all mean the world to me. Thank you so very much. Last but not least, be sure to share this video with your friends, with your family, and with your friends' family, so that way we know where these currencies are from, what they're used for, and how we can spend them wisely. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.